इंडस्ट्री ने बहुत कुछ दिया है हमें. उंगलियां तो राम भगवान पे भी उठी थी, तो आप लोग क्यों टेंशन ले रहे हो, सब अपने आप हो जाए. दैट इटसेल्फ वाज द आंसर. उसके बाद मुझे ट्रोलिंग तो लगातार आई थिंक महीनों भर से हुई, लेकिन दैट डिडंट मेक अ हेल ऑफ अ डिफरेंस टू मी, क्योंकि वो है कौन जो मुझे ट्रोल कर रहे हैं. मैं तो जानता नहीं हूँ उनको, और जब मैं नहीं उनको जानता, मुझे मेरे इर्द गिर्द वाले लोग मैटर करते हैं, बाकी कोई नहीं. आफ्टर दैट द PMO, Honorable Prime Minister spoke about it, Anurag spoke about it, then everybody spoke about it. So it's the effort of everybody that has just worked for us now. Now nobody talks about that. One off, wo to chalta rahega. Hi, this is Suniel Shetty and you're watching me on Mirchi Plus.
Hi, this is Samina Shaikh here on Mirchi Plus. और मेरे साथ में आज एक handsome hunk है who needs no introduction because he is actually the bap of Bollywood. Welcoming Suniel Shetty on Mirchi Plus.
Thank you so much, Samina.
Tootega Nahi Todega, that is a tagline of Hunter. And your role right now, when I go and see on social media, Google, सब जगह पे, everyone is saying that you're making the young generation envious about you. That's a compliment. That's the kind of work you're delivering, What do you have to say about this?
I mean, I'm glad. I've been sitting home for too long and not done what I'm the best at, and that is action. Got an opportunity with this, and young lot of directors and cinematographer and a great writing team, young team. They somehow gave me the energy that was missing in me. Somehow gave me the feeling that, sir, it is only you that we want, and we want you to give it your best. And I lapped it up because it was a great subject. And when you're back to the great subject, then convincingly, and if you see every frame, it's an honest frame. It's not, there is action, but it's not larger than life. When he says, Tootega Nahi Todega, he means it, because that's the kind of mad-ass cop he is. And we've been getting good reviews and good reactions, messages. When genuine messages start coming on your WhatsApp from people you haven't probably connected but wish well for you, good is happening.
You've also brought back the 70s and the 80s era. That's touched wood quite good. You have brought this, via songs. But did you hesitate because, bringing back old songs is also not that easy? Judge hote hai, troll hota hai, people, keep on comparing. What were your thoughts on that?
I mean, see, these are classics. And when you have a genius team like Saregama working on the grunge version of that, we didn't do a commercial version. We've done a grunge version. We've done a dark version because it had to go with our film. We were very confident about it. As a matter of fact, अगर मेरा बस चलता तो और 100 गाने डाल देता मैं, because it connects the yesteryear audience also of the 70s and the 80s and the 90s with this, along with the youth. Youth today is back to the 90s. They want melody now. Suddenly they are very clear कि ये sound मत दो यार हमको दो genuine sound, हमको गाने वो चाहिए जिसमें हम immerse हो सकते हैं और सुन के मजा ले सकते हैं. So we were very confident, and that's what I said. The advantage of working with young directors are they think differently. And they knew. They've placed the songs in such beautiful situations कि action चलते आपको कहानी भी बोलता रहेगा. Yeah, जीना यहाँ मरना यहाँ उसके सिवा जाना कहाँ. And that's the mindset of this man. He's lost everything and he doesn't care. And he says, whoever comes in my way, टूटूंगा नहीं, तोड़ूंगा.
And did you see that same in Vasan Bala's Monica, Oh My Darling also, where he tried to bring back the music and also the retro cinema of of Indian cinema, in case if you watched the movie?
No, I haven't, but here what we've done is we've tried to take the story forward through this music. So it's not somebody singing it, it's not somebody trying to ape what the yesteryear's superstars had done. No, it is telling you a story, telling you about the characters, telling you about what is happening in our city, which we are aware of but don't know the depth of. I think that's what Hunter is going to bring out to the world. What looks great, what is all rosy, what you believe is what it is, it's not the way it is. So Hunter is not just someone of this badass cop and his journey. It's about what happens in this in the darker sides of this city.
So also seeing the way your career has evolved over the years, I have also noticed one thing about you. You have maintained your mental sanity very well. You have never got carried away with the stardom you have. Many people do get carried away, वो शूशा देख के, I see that. some of them get like completely swiped off. But you have maintained that aura. How does that, how do you sustain with that?
I think the simplicity of the background. I've seen tough times. My father's seen very tough times. So I think I've actually visualized my father growing from the age of 9 till the time he did settle down in his life, what he must have gone through. I appreciate what he's done for us. So I think somewhere down the line that keeps that balance. The people, they always say that बच्चे देख के सीखते हैं, तो कहीं ना कहीं माँ बाप से मैंने सीखा हुआ. हर बार जब घर जाता था तो the simplicity of my parents shocks me even today. Simplicity of mom shocks me even today. She's not even aware that her son is an actor, her grandchildren are actors, to-be son-in-law, grandson-in-law is a national rank cricketer. She's unaware of all that. For her, for my mother, it's all her children. And I think that's the way we'd like to remain, and that's why I think that hasn't got to me, because I'm thankful every day for what God has given me. For me now, a second chance. So why would I ever believe that I'm bigger than the Maker himself?
And so what took you like 9 years to convince your parents though?
The time was different, and love marriages weren't accepted. In my community, South Indian community, love was never accepted. But I think then time, 9 years is nothing. We would have probably waited for the rest of our lives. Because she was very clear that if I do get married, it will be only to you. And I appreciated that. Because her parents were more than willing. They loved me absolutely. My mother-in-law meant to me as much as my mother. I think just the thought of her gets me tears in my eyes, because she was the one who taught me to give. She taught me what CSR meant. She taught me what giving back to society means. She taught me, that from what you make a living, but from what you give, you make a life. So that is a very important lesson of my life and a very beautiful period. So they were more than willing. It was my parents who were against it. But then Dad met Mana for the first time, and ever since they've been father-daughter and I've been the son-in-law. That was the relationship she said. So for me, those 9 years is probably understanding and waiting for my father to build and mother to build such a beautiful relationship with Mana that it's lasted 35 years, yeah.
You recently took a very strong stand for Bollywood, by talking to CM Yogi about the Boycott Bollywood trend. Don't you somewhere feel that does impact, though people might feel, it's only on social media, but so many times even when I'm active on social media and if I'm, trying to ask certain questions, there is this Boycott Bollywood trend or some or the other, negative replies or comments on that. What are your thoughts on that?
See, I spoke to the man that mattered, Yogi ji, and he gave a brilliant answer. He said, Sunil, इंडस्ट्री ने बहुत कुछ दिया है हमें, और उंगलियां तो राम भगवान पे भी उठी थी, तो आप लोग क्यों टेंशन ले रहे हो, सब अपने आप हो जाए. दैट इटसेल्फ वाज द आंसर. उसके बाद मुझे ट्रोलिंग तो लगातार आई थिंक महीनों भर से हुई, लेकिन दैट डिडंट मेक अ हेल ऑफ अ डिफरेंस टू मी, क्योंकि वो है कौन जो मुझे ट्रोल कर रहे हैं. मैं तो जानता नहीं उनको, और जब मैं नहीं उनको जानता, मुझे मेरे इर्द गिर्द वाले लोग मैटर करते हैं, बाकी कोई नहीं. आफ्टर दैट द PMO, Honorable Prime Minister spoke about it, Anurag spoke about it, then everybody spoke about it. So it's the effort of everybody that has just worked for us now. Now nobody talks about that. One-off, वो तो चलता रहेगा. वो तो Twitter is
kachra sometimes.
Yeah.
But over the years also, Sunil sir, I have seen that the equation of Bollywood journalists and actors have been quite thick. They have been through thick and thin. But now, of late, it feels like it's quite PR-ish. It's quite like film-oriented. It's not how personal it used to be earlier. That equation somewhere is like fading. Do you also feel that way? Do you feel that maybe
it's virtual?
Yeah.
So every relationship is virtual. Yeah. You show me off on social media, and we are friends. It's not, your problem is not mine, my problem is not yours. Yeah. They always left the human side of us. When we were growing up, they wrote us off as actors, they wrote us off for our work, but never got personal. Now things have changed, and that is because the world is different, so you look at it different. But at the same time, I honestly believe that you have your own medium, you have your own handles, you have your own following. If you're strong enough and you know what you're doing is right and you have nothing to worry about, you can actually take on anybody.
Do you also
know?
feel the way the pap culture is building off lately, invading privacy, going too personal, trying to click pictures where they should not be, spotted for that matter?
Absolutely.
Do you feel that is somewhere affecting the other relationship? It's like, some rotten apples are affecting the entire industry.
Absolutely, 100%. And that is because everything is about money, everything is about views, everything is about ek photo de do to itna mil jayega. It's all that. But fortunately for me, I've never had that problem, But I guess it's also the relationship you build with people that matters and who you are, अब आप चाहते हो कि आप पैसे से ही खरीदे हो तो हर एक को पता ही चलेगा कि ये खरीदने वालों में से ही है यार. So
and last two questions for you. The very first is about Hera Fairy 3 and Sanjay Dutt being a part of it. Not Hera Fairy 3, it's Hera Fairy 4. Is it because Sanjay Dutt is also part of this one?
So if Sanjay Dutt is a part of it, it's Hera Fairy 10 because it'll be 10 times more fun. That's the kind of relationship we share. And Baba's a brilliant actor. His sense of comedy is outstanding. His one-liners are outstanding. So आपको सिर्फ बाबा को देना है और he'll deliver. So looking forward to this.
And lastly, also you have been very close to Salman and you have worked with him in 3 projects. When will we get to see you together?
That I think we have to ask Salman seriously. When
can I get his time?
Yeah, I have to ask a question for you also.
Yeah,
so,
off camera time I think. So you also worked in an English movie. Not many people know, and this is the last thing which I want to bring to people's notice. Can you tell something about the English film you have worked on?
Don't stop dreaming. I had worked on this film and fun it was. It had begun with Beyonce going to be a part of it. Then last moment something happened with dates and it got cancelled. And that's the only thing I remember about the film, that she was supposed to be a part of the film. But yeah, it was fun and when it happened. But I guess it didn't work too well. So.
And what's next for you after this one?
After this, I've got quite a few good things happening. Looking forward to seeing which one does release. I just finished a film called Nanda Devi, a web series called Nanda Devi, which is exciting. So looking forward.
Thank you so much, sir, for your lovely time and all the very best.
Thank you.